Hey guys, Omni here. So while I was eating dinner, I got a notification that Screen Rant, Ryan George, dropped a Loki pitch meeting. And for some reason, whatever world I'm living in, I felt like this had already happened. I felt like we had already seen one. Maybe I was thinking of the Honest trailer or something else. I don't know. But I was like, did we not do this? But apparently not. Apparently this is fresh and it's new. I was about to get ready to finally watch part 1 and part 2 of Batman with the Long Halloween, but we'll postpone that real quick while I dive into this thing, because definitely want to check this out. So guys, let's go ahead and see what Ryan George's got to say.
So, you have a Loki TV show for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So we're gonna pick up right from that scene in Avengers Endgame, right? Where Loki grabs the Tesseract during the Battle of New York.
Okay.
And so he's gonna get picked up by something called the Time Variance Authority, because he messed with something called the Sacred Timeline. So they have to prune this new timeline branch he made.
Well, what about all that time travel the Avengers did?
Yeah, well, see, the TVA says that was supposed to happen, but Loki grabbing the Tesseract, that wasn't.
Okay, but some of the time travel they did was because Loki grabbed the Tesseract.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that.
Okay, I won't.
So they bring Loki to the TVA headquarters, and a robot starts to take his clothes off with some claws.
What?
But then that doesn't work, so the robot just kind of zaps his clothes off.
What are you talking about?
Well, sir, if Loki's gonna be the star of a Marvel show, we're gonna have to see him shirtless. That's how this works.
Right, of course, that makes sense.
And
That
so
is
then this
true.
lady, Ravonna Renslayer, wants to kill him, because he's a bad variant.
All right.
But then this guy Mobius pops in and stops her, and by the way, I was thinking we could get Owen Wilson to play this guy.
Oh, people love Owen Wilson.
Yeah, they do.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow.
And this guy's also really into jet skis.
I now have a deep desire to see Owen Wilson on a jet ski that I didn't have
That
just
was
a few
perfect.
seconds ago.
I know you do. That's the main hook of the show now.
Oh, picturing Owen Wilson on a jet ski is tight.
So Mobius is going
I'm
to show
sad
Loki
now.
a video of how his life plays out after the Battle of New York. Getting his mom killed, getting close to Thor, getting killed by Thanos.
Okay.
And so watching this video is going to completely change Loki into a sympathetic character that can lead his own TV show.
He just killed Phil Coulson.
Yeah, but he watched a video, so he's pretty much a good guy now.
Oh, okay, you're speed running this character development.
Yeah, just kind of get it out of the way with a nice little video, which somehow has the same cinematography as the movies did.
Well, okay then.
And so anyway, the reason that Mobius wants Loki's help is because he's chasing this other variant that keeps killing TVA agents, and it's another variant of Loki.
Oh.
Yeah, and so then Loki figures out that this other version of him is hiding in apocalypses, because you could do anything there and it won't affect stuff because those timelines are ending anyway.
I guess that makes sense.
It does. See, Loki and Mobius head to Pompeii, and Loki starts interacting with people right before Mount Vesuvius erupts.
Okay, but wouldn't that lead to some of those people dying in different positions than they would have, which would then affect the days of the people that discovered the bodies and create some kind of butterfly effect?
No.
Oh, okay.
So eventually they go to the supermarket in the future. And
Didn't
Loki
think about
discovers
that either.
The other Loki is a woman, and she goes by Sylvie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and so this is her show now.
What?
Yeah, this is really Sylvie's story. She was pruned at a young age and managed to escape, and she's been building up this attack against the TVA for all these years, and Loki's just kind of along for the ride.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so Sylvie sends a bunch of these things called reset charges into the TVA to distract them, right? And she wants to kill these beings called the Timekeepers, who apparently run the show.
Very exciting.
But then they get attacked, so Loki uses this thing called a tempad to teleport them onto a planet called Lamentus that's about to be destroyed.
Smart.
No, not smart, because Sylvie's like, that plan at the TVA, that was years in the making. Years, and you just ruined it.
So why doesn't she just use the tempad to go back and finish the job?
Well, no, now it's out of power.
The plan was years in the making, but she didn't charge the tempad?
That's what we're going with. So then they're gonna talk and talk for like 30 minutes straight, because that's kind of the deal with these episodes.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah, a whole lot of talking. So then they find this big escape ship they have to get onto, and Loki's gonna be like, oh my god, they're gonna leave all these people to die.
I mean, what does he care? He just killed a bunch of people in New York.
Sir, he watched a video. He cares about this stuff now.
Right, sorry, I forgot.
So this city
Videos
starts
are
getting
powerful,
destroyed,
man.
and Loki's gonna stop a building from falling with his mind.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize he could do that.
That's because his power level changes from scene to scene, depending on what I want to happen.
Oh, neat.
Anyway, then the
Yeah, Yeah.
escape ship explodes,
Yeah.
so their one way out is destroyed.
Well, it's gonna be hard to get out of there now.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, the power of their newfound love creates a new timeline branch, so the TVA comes and picks them up.
Okay, I thought the whole thing about apocalypses was that anything can happen and it wouldn't change anything. Why does them falling in love affect things?
Because it does, so they're in love now.
Oh my god, can you imagine falling in love with yourself?
I can.
Ugh. Sorry, I'm not interested.
Oh, no, I meant I can imagine it, obviously, since
meta
I
break.
wrote it. Also, we're not the same person. I have glasses.
Right, of course.
Anyway, so Sylvie's also going to reveal that the TVA agents are actually just variants that used to be real people.
Oh.
And then eventually they find out that the timekeepers aren't even real, and Mobius and Loki are both going to get pruned.
Oh my god, Loki dies?
Well, no, because see, we're going to learn that pruning someone just sends them to the void at the end of time, where a big smoke monster called Eliath is then going to kill them.
Okay, why doesn't the TVA just straight up kill people then? Why the extra steps?
Well, because the fans are going to expect a scene where we watch Loki die only to find out he's not really dead.
That's a good point.
So Loki ends up in this void place where there are different kinds of Loki variants. Like there's an old Loki, there's an alligator Loki.
Okay, does that mean in one timeline Odin adopted an alligator or that they were all alligators in that timeline?
Doesn't matter. What does matter is that we have an
Yes.
alligator Loki now.
Fair enough. So what's the alligator gonna
Still
do?
waiting on my
Someone's
alligator
hand.
Loki shirt.
That makes a lot of sense.
So meanwhile, Ravonna explains to Sylvie the whole thing about how pruning sends you to a void, and she also says there's a ship that can bring you there.
Okay.
But see, Sylvie is smart, and she realizes that she's just stalling for time so agents can get there, and there is no ship.
So what does she do?
Well, she prunes herself so she can go to the void too.
If she decided that Ravonna was lying about the ship, why did she think she was telling the truth about the void and the pruning?
I don't know, but luckily she was telling the truth about that one part, so it works out great.
Well, fantastic.
So then Sylvie's about to be killed by this smoke monster, and Mobius shows up in a pizza car and saves her.
How do you know where she was?
Unclear, but then they go join Loki, who's been dealing with like a bunch of Lokis.
Very fun.
And then Sylvie's gonna realize that she can use her enchantment powers on this beast. She's been using them on people all season, kind of like a mind control thing.
Literally nobody in the history of time who's ever been pruned has had powers like that?
That's what we're going with.
Well, okay then.
And Mobius is gonna go back to the TVA using a temp pad, and Ravonna's gonna overpower him and escape through a doorway thing.
Where's she going?
Into season 2, presumably.
Oh, okay.
So then we're gonna meet this guy called He Who Remains, who's kind of Kang the Conqueror, only we don't know he's kind of Kang the Conqueror yet, only we do because we're obviously gonna announce the casting.
Oh boy, so what's he gonna do?
Oh, well, he's gonna talk.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna talk for like 45 minutes. He's gonna explain everything. It's gonna be like that architect scene from The Matrix.
Wow.
Talk, 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 talk. And sometimes Loki and Sylvie are gonna be like, why? Or what does that mean? And that'll set up the next rounds of talking.
A very talky finale.
And so essentially this guy is like, you can kill me, which will create like a multiverse and a huge war, or you can take over and protect the sacred timeline.
So what happens?
Well, Sylvie does kill him, and then the multiverse branches out into like crazy timelines, and he's like, see you soon.
Oh boy, that's massive.
It's a massive deal. This multiverse is going to shape the whole phase of the MCU.
This is gonna be such an insane twist. Nobody's gonna see this coming.
Yeah, as long as we don't spoil that this is going to happen in some way.
Oh yeah, well, we might do that now that you mention it.
What? How?
Yeah.
Hey everybody,
I
Ryan
wonder
here,
how that
that's
would
me.
have
Thanks for watching the
changed
video.
like the outcomes or like the expectations for Loki and WandaVision and all that stuff had we not known like the title of Multiverse of Madness. What if it was just like for like the longest time they just only called it Doctor Strange 2 or the sequel to Doctor Strange, or had a working title that they just get rid of later down the line. Then again, fanning the flames would definitely be Alfred Molina's interview about No Way Home, on top of the constant barrage of rumors and leaks from the Spider-Man set. I think, like, on an official statement side of things, like, sure. But then again, I don't know. Would that have made us more excited when we found out what was happening, or more shocked, or would it have been? Would we have not really known how effective it was going to be? Because I feel like if we didn't know it was going to bleed into the movies, like with WandaVision, Doctor Strange, and No Way Home all being connected, because it wasn't until later that we knew Loki fit into that equation. At least that was something that they kind of held off on for a little bit, letting us know about. So I'm just kind of wondering if, like, if we would have not known, let's say we didn't know Multiverse of Madness's title, Doctor Strange 2's title. What if we didn't know about No Way Home? If Kevin Feige never said anything about WandaVision, Loki, Multiverse of Madness, and No Way Home being connected as part of one continuous storyline, how big of an impact do we feel like that would have had? Would we been like, holy crap, what's going to happen next? Or would we know that that was going to actually affect the greater MCU, or would we then speculate that, oh, it's just going to affect season 2 of Loki. It's not going to bleed into anything. They won't do anything wide sweeping. They wouldn't do anything like that. Because, I mean, just still a lot of people who's like, well, they're not going to do anything major on any of these shows because the people are going to go see the movies. They're not all going to go subscribe to Disney Plus and watch all these shows. So why would they reveal something big in one of those shows? Doesn't make any sense. You got to watch to those people. So then I feel like you'd just have like a mixed bag of people being like, holy crap, how can this affect the MCU? And the other half being like, it probably won't. So I'm wondering what the better route would have been for that. Maybe for the surprise impact in general, but then again, would we have think the surprise was as big as it was if we didn't know what was kind of coming down the line, knowing that the possibilities for something grander, those doors were open? Don't know. I'd be curious to know what you guys think. What's your philosophy on whether or not we should have known the title of the future projects and that the multiverse was coming? Do you think it would have helped the Loki finale or changed the Loki finale for you if you didn't know and it was a surprise going into it? Anyway, guys, another banger from Ryan George as always. If you're not subscribed to this Screen Rant, do so for Ryan George alone. He's got his own channel as well where he does a bunch of skits, kind of a similar format, equally as hilarious. This guy is, he's a funny dude, man. I definitely think he puts in a lot of work and he makes some fun content. So go check him out. Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to know your thoughts. So sound off in the comments. If you like this, make sure to subscribe, all that jazz. I want to shout out our channel legends, Mandy Sher, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, and Philly Vane. Thank you guys as always. If you want to talk about Loki, Marvel in general, DC, TV, film, whatever, follow me on most socials or join our Discord. Links to all those are in the description of this video. But thank you guys for tuning in. That's going to be it for this video. I'm going to go watch Batman: The Long Halloween now. So expect a review for that either later tonight, probably tomorrow, probably be more feasible. But that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.